Good afternoon, Speaker. I just want to follow up right on your train of thought you just had about our subway system, about finding a revenue stream for right now as we come up with a solution for a long-term revenue stream that could be congestion pricing. What do you see the role of the City Council in this process? Are you going to put forward some form of resolution in favor of a congestion pricing plan that we in the state legislature will have to take up either in the budget or later on in the legislative session?
So thank you. Good to see you, Assemblyman. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the question. I don't say this to shirk my responsibilities or to be vague or play games. I am not wedded to any particular details. So if the state legislature or individual members like Assemblyman Bronstein or like someone from Southern Brooklyn or like someone from Central Brooklyn has particular concerns for their constituents about coming into the Central Business District below 60th Street over the three East River bridges or through a particular tunnel, and they have concerns, whether it be low-income folks, medical appointments, etc., I am flexible. Ultimately, I believe congestion pricing has to have a variety of principles attached to it. One, disincentivize cars from coming into Manhattan. It is choking the city streets. It's bad for the environment. It's bad for quality of life. And it's bad for economic activity in the city as well. Two, I think we need to create a dedicated revenue stream for not just the subways, but rapid bus transit and transit deserts in eastern Queens and southern Brooklyn. So we need to have a variety of principles involved. If individual members of the Senate and Assembly and the Council have particular specifics that they're concerned about, I'm flexible. So what that means is, I don't think it's my place to come to the legislature today with a baked plan. You all are still debating the specifics. You all are still listening to members who have concerns. I'm sure Senator Golden has concerns. I'm sure Senator Lanza has concerns. I'm sure members of the Assembly have concerns. I want to respect those concerns and work with the legislature on the specifics to come up with a plan that follows the principles that I just laid out. So I do not see passing a home rule message early on. I think we want to hear from you all, work with you all in a constructive and pragmatic manner to try to get something passed that will create revenue.
As for the subway action plan, would you support, as long as the governor gave assurances that the money that Commissioner Loda has asked for, the 50% from the city, if there were assurances that that money would be spent on the New York City subway system, would you be fine with the city funding the 50% that Chairman Loda says they should?
Well, the Chair Loda called me the other day and corrected me because he read something in the paper and said, we have already committed to that. So that commitment is there on that money being dedicated just to the subway system and no other part of the MTA, not Metro North, not Long Island Railroad, anything else. But even then, I can't say yes yet, because there needs to be greater accountability with the MTA. You look at the cost overruns on East Side Access, which is going to serve very little people. It's nice for the Long Island Railroad customers that come in every day. It doesn't serve a lot of people. You look at the Fulton Center downtown, billions of dollars over budget. You look at the 7 train in my district, 2 years behind schedule. You look at a potential L train shutdown, which is going to affect a lot of people in Brooklyn and in Manhattan. Before the city can agree to put money in, there needs to be tighter standards, deadlines, transparency, the city having a say in the prioritization of projects, and the biggest thing of all is the signal system. I sat down with Ronnie Hakem and Joe Loda. They're great, they're talented, they're smart, they're dedicated public servants. They are not putting enough money into the signal repairs. That is the biggest issue that exists, more than subway upgrades.
Well, you know, Speaker, that it's going to cost $20 billion to fix and update all the signals inside the system. You know also that in 2019, in the fall of 2019, the MTA is going to release its next capital budget. Currently, the state comptroller has said that we should expect a budget shortfall in that capital budget upwards of $15 billion. We don't even know how much money they're going to spend on signals, but clearly the system needs more money. I agree with you that it needs more accountability, but I think we all know that it needs more money and it needs it now.
Those things are attached, though. If you're going to put more money in, there needs to be more accountability. I think both of those things are connected. The current plan on the signal system would not have the signals fixed until 2068. That is insane. We'll all be dead. Not all of us. Many of us will not be alive to see the signals upgraded. It's unacceptable.
I will still be alive.
You'll still be alive. You'll have a good pension by then, hopefully. It doesn't make any sense. We need to do better. I understand the cost is a lot. I understand the federal government has cut back. I understand all of these things. It's an issue of priorities, and this, to me, the signal system itself is a bigger priority than how a station looks when you walk down inside of it. I wish we could do both, but if we're going to do one, it should be signals.